The US ITT Tech team put together a breakfast for the teachers before the holiday break. From eggs, biscuits, to casserole and fruit, there was everything. It's a tasty tradition that the teachers look forward to every year.
It's just wonderful to see these students do that. That makes me feel really appreciated because they took the time out of their morning where they could be sleeping to make breakfast, and it's really appreciated.
The teachers would appreciate us as students, giving them breakfast for all their hard work that they've done throughout the year.
The annual holiday breakfast was a big hit and a good reason to join a gym. Next one is only 11 months away, and it's a good way that students can give back to their teachers. For Racc TV, I'm Zach Dinley, signing off.
Crime is something that affects every community. Though we feel protected inside of the school building, it's an environment that sometimes lends itself to a variety of illegal behaviors, such as theft and drugs.
People are very trusting and don't lock, take, or hide their things, and then people, see the opportunity and will take things from other people. Unfortunately, drugs are very prevalent here, and so when the drug dogs come or, we hear about drugs in the school, we act on that very quickly.
The laws apply in the school as they do on the street. Just because someone is a student does not mean that they will be treated with more leniency.
If you're a juvenile, under the age of 17, you would be going to the Collin County Juvenile Detention Center, and if you're over the age of 17, then I'm going to take you straight across the street to the Frisco Police Department, and you will wait to be transferred over to the Collin County Sheriff's Office. That's the only difference.
Students are always curious about the drug dogs. The dogs have access to every part of the school, including classrooms, lockers, and cars in the parking lot.
When the drug dogs hit on, say for example, a car, what will happen is we will identify whose vehicle it is. The administrators will contact that person and let them know that there's been a hit on that vehicle. The main thing is to take care of your property. Obviously, if you have something that is highly valuable, unless you absolutely have to bring it to school, don't bring it to school. The main area that we'll see thefts is in the locker room or the gym area. The thing is that we get complacent, and so we start to trust others. And just because we see a bunch of backpacks lined up in the hallway, we decide, well, it'll be fine, I'll just leave my stuff here. And we have thefts as a result of that. We do have cameras all throughout the school. We obviously can't have them in bathrooms and in the locker room, so that seems to be where people feel more comfortable to take other people's things. But it really is your responsibility for your items, and if you care about it, then take care of it and protect it.
Frisco High School is fortunate not to have the number of problems that many other high schools across the country have. Our fate largely depends on our choices. If it's true that what goes around comes around, it will be a whole lot easier to obey the rules. For Racc TV, I'm Maria Lawson.
Most students today aren't familiar with what global business is. Did you know that we have a global business class here at FHS? The most recently asked questions about this class is, what is the most important part about global business, and why should we take time to learn about it? Why should we learn about global business?
Businesses today operate around the world, from manufacturing in China to sales in Spain.
What do you most enjoy about global business?
I like that when you take the class, you get a better understanding of how the outside world works.
What is so fascinating about global business?
Global business is so fascinating because our society is involved with life outside our borders.
Why do you find global business so interesting?
I just like all the stuff that we learned there, and I love Miss Barker.
Why is global business so important?
It's important to know what's going on in the world around you. Our society is becoming a global community, and learning about that will help you be successful in business.
If global business sounds interesting to you and something you may want to major in, go take the class and see for yourself. For Racc TV, I'm Kaylee Koenig.
The first baseball scrimmage of the Frisco Raccoon season is on Tuesday, February 10th at McKinney High School. The baseball players have been preparing for their season since August, and they're ready to play ball.
What are the team's strengths?
We'll be good defensively. We have 3 or 4 returning starting pitchers, and we'll be good defensively. And then hitting-wise, we have a good solid core group: Ryan Valade, Matt Huff, Dayton Bush, Jake Stacy. So we'll be good.
What can you guys work on as a team to get better?
Nothing.
Coach Cook has had 622 wins throughout his coaching career so far.
What do you guys like most about the sport?
I like to hit, field, throw, sit in the dugout. Friday night lights.
Hitting dingers.
How zesty is your sauce?
Scale of 1 to 10, probably 9.
Who is your biggest opponent?
Probably Liberty.
Your strengths?
I mean, we have pretty good team chemistry, but we mainly hit dingers, so that's probably our biggest strength.
What are your strengths?
I'm thankful.
Whether it's throwing some zesty ched or hitting them dingers, the Frisco Raccoon baseball team is looking forward to a great season. For Racc TV, I'm Ari Sturgios.
Fear is a feeling everyone has at one time or another, whether it's clowns, spiders, skeletons, or whatever. Some fears make sense, while others may be somewhat unreasonable. What do you fear most?
What do you fear most and why?
I fear bugs or anything that's like small and crawling because, I don't know, they just scare me like.
I mostly fear the ocean because there's a lot of big fish in there and you cannot see them when you're swimming.
Clowns, because they just freak everybody else out, so.
I fear crickets the most because those little legs behind it, man, it gets me because like when they start chirping, I'm just like, bro, if I see one, I'm yelling for my mom's name.
I fear the dark because like on Halloween, I just feel like someone's just going to pop out and try to scare me, and I'm just going to try to, I don't know, do something about it.
I don't like needles because I don't like shots.
Having no toilet paper. Is there such thing as a truly fearless individual? For RACC TV, I'm Will Garish.
This Week in History. On February 1st, 2003, NASA's space shuttle Columbia disintegrated upon re-entry. All 7 astronauts on board were killed. On February 2nd, 1951, U.S. performs nuclear tests at Nevada test site. On February 3rd, 1962, President Kennedy bans all trade with Cuba except for food and drugs. On February 4th, 2004, Facebook goes online. Mark Zuckerberg launched Facebook as a Harvard sophomore. On February 5th, 1953, Peter Pan by Walt Disney opens at Roxy Theater in New York City. On February 6, 1952, Elizabeth was crowned Queen of England and has remained on the throne for 63 years. On February 7, 1964, the Beatles arrive in New York City for the first time and made their historic appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show. That's This Week in History.
We all hear about the football team, the basketball team, the volleyball team, and even the soccer team. But another successful sports program at our school seems to be under the radar at times, the Frisco High School swim team. You have to get up pretty early in the morning to catch the practices, but the team is always working hard. They're currently entering the final stretch of the season.
I enjoy swimming because it's like it brings the team together and you really get that team aspect of everything, and I've been doing it for so long and it's just kind of become a part of me, so I don't really know what I'd do without it. We've become a lot closer as a team, so we kind of like found a way to bond like seniors also with freshmen, so there's not that like huge divide, and it just kind of helped it be more of like separate teams to become one team.
I'd say our toughest competition this year is probably going to be Wakeland. They've got a lot of talented swimmers and they're going to have a lot of stacked relays.
Well, swimmers are notorious for having the most appetite of any other sport, and that really holds true because we're just burning so many calories in the water and you got to replace it somehow.
Over the summer when I was swimming 2 times a day for 2 hours apiece, I would take 5,000 or 6,000 calories. A lot of Taco Bell, a lot of carbs, a lot of Whataburger. I mean, coach doesn't like it, but I mean, you gotta eat.
Swimming compared to basketball isn't so much of a skill sport as it is giving all of your effort.
I used to play football, and I think the main difference between football and swimming is in football you hit people a lot, whereas in swimming, if you're hitting someone, you're doing something terribly wrong.
We've gone since September training for these like 3 meets, district, regionals, and state, and then like right before regionals, so like a week or 2 before,
regionals or state, we all taper, which is you kind of back off half of your yardage, and to make sure you're eating right and sleeping well, and it kind of just, you build up energy for that one big day.
One of these big days is this weekend. The swim team will take on the rest of our region in the Region 3 5A Championships at the FISD Natatorium near Memorial Stadium. Come out tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock and watch them compete in the last finals before the state meet in Austin. We hope to see you there. For Racc Tv, I'm John Waterman.
Good morning, fellow raccoons. Welcome to the Weekend Weather Watch. I'm your host with the absolute most, Jacob Jost.
And I'm Two Chins.
And we're here with your Weekend Weather Watch. Today will be sunny with a high of 66 and a low of 48. Saturday will be sunny with a high of 77 and a low of 52. And Sunday will be sunny with a high of 76 and a low of 50.
Today, our soccer team will be facing Independence High School here at Frisco, while our basketball team will be facing the Fakeland Pups at Fakeland High School.
Chen, did you just say Fakeland Pups?
Yeah, because we know they ain't real.
For Racc TV, I'm Jacob Jost.
And I'm Two Chins.